Alright then, let's make the knife. Okay, so first things first, all this garbage. Select, boom, delete them. Okay, now let me tell you guys, like, let me clear something out from the very beginning. I am assuming that you guys can, point number one, pan, zoom, and move. Okay, if you guys cannot, oh boy, you, this is not literally a very like beginner's tutorial. This is just me teaching how to make a knife to people who actually know how to just do this, or maybe this. Okay, anyways, that is out of our way now. So what are we gonna do? We are going to make the handle first. I won't, I think I don't want to say, like, speak all the shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts out loud, but I'll try to say as many of those as I can. So here it is: shift A to bring up this menu, and then go to mesh, go to cube. Okay, so this will be our handle. This looks like shit, right? Yes, I know. So let's change this. Let's make this look more like a handle. You see, this is the gizmo. Okay, this is the scale gizmo. This is Z axis, this is X axis, and this is Y axis. You can also see this rectangle here, green rectangle, the red rectangle, and the blue rectangle. So what do they do? Well, if I want to scale this cube up in only Z direction, I'll use this line. In X direction, I'll use that line. But when I'll want it to scale in both of these direction, then I'll hold this cube down with my left mouse button, and then I'll increase it in that direction. Well, same goes for this policy. Let me, yes, same goes for that. We will hold that red one if when we want to scale it in Z as well as in Y direction, but not in X direction. So we will use these squares. So what if we want to scale that entire thing in all directions? Go to that white circle inside there, like, keep your mouse cursor on that white circle, and then scale. It will scale in all directions. So I am assuming you guys know all this. This is move, this is rotate, this is scale. So please, again, this is not a very beginner's tutorial. I am just teaching how to, not even teaching, I'm just showing, how to just make a knife handle. My god, give me a break. All right, so here I am just making a basic, very 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 basic mesh that should look like a knife handle. Let's, yeah, and maybe that looks okay. And also, yes, I, from this view, I went to top view by hitting 7. uh, you try hitting all the other numbers on your numpad, and you will figure out which number takes you to which mode. Like, one takes you to front mode, or I also sometimes call it side mode, depends on how you have kept your mesh. In this case, the button 3 takes you to side mode, and the button 9 will obviously takes you to the other side mode. Yeah. So I think this is almost right for the handle. So right now we will need to edit this in edit mode. You see this object mode, we have edit mode here. We could do this in other way, that is called shortcuts. Obviously, wait, I am dumb, I clicked on edit mode again. So yes, object mode. Now with this, if we need to have this mesh selector, the mesh that we want to edit. So select the mesh, hit the tab, there we go. Now we need a loop cut. Hit Ctrl R, and you have a loop cut. Move it up there. What is a loop cut? You can see. Yes. Hit these three are the modes. This is a face selection mode. Whatever we click, we will select only faces. This is edge selection mode. Whatever we click, it will only select the edges, and this is vertices. Obvious. Yes. So let's go back to face selection mode, and by keeping the alt key pressed down, click on any, like, this damn edge. Okay, yes, that's good. we want that. Okay, so we need this part to be like the separation, when you hold a knife, the part where the blade and the handle is separating, there is a raised plastic, uh, not plastic obviously, like whatever material your knife is made up of, that area is a little raised. Let me show you what I am trying to do. So hit alt E in order to take out all the options of extruding, and select this one, extrude faces along normals. This will do, all the faces that we selected, it will extrude them to each of their normals, like in the direction of each of their normals. So we will get something like this. Now I think you get my point, that when I am saying you will hold the handle in here and the blade will be from here, so this is like the separation. So yep, well, the handle looks very ugly, right? Yep. So what do? We need to go to the top view. We went to the top view. Now we need to hit Z and go to wireframe mode. We could also do that from here. See, this is wireframe mode, this is solid mode. This was the mode in which we were previously. Now we switched to this mode. This is called wireframe mode. What is the advantage of this mode? We can see through. We can not just see through, my friends, we can also select through. As you can see, that vertices was like, if you go to the object mode, see, can you see that vertices? Can you select that vertices right now from here? No. Now you can. Magic, haha. Okay, enough rubbish for one day. Let's make the handle. Okay, so now I showed you the magic of loop cut. So Control R, add a loop cut here. What I want to achieve here is like kind of like the grooves that the handles have for fingers. So let's make this. Obviously we will have 4 grooves for 4 fingers. So one goes into the center. So what I just did is I hit Control R and I took the cursor to the right place where it showed me the yellow line, like this, the yellow line. As you can see, it is not moving. Once I hit my left mouse button, there is a like edge loop already created. Now I didn't click anything, I can move it, and if at this point I'll click my left mouse button again, then it will stay at that very position, which I don't want. So suppose I now cannot figure out which was the exact center point. What I'll do, I'll click the right mouse button at any position right now, right here also, here also, here also, any position. Just click the right mouse button, it will set its position back to the center where it was originally created. So I will want a groove here, here. So that is 3 grooves. Okay, calculation got fooked. So let's do one thing. Let's create the 3 loops first. Yes. Now what we will do is let's select these 3 loops. By keeping the shift key pressed, I selected those 3 loops, and now let's bring them down a little. Okay, just a little. Whoops. Let's do this and bring them down a little so that it's even for everyone. Everyone gets even amount of love and care. That's looking good. And we can add another one. See, all these grooves, like all these loop cuts that I'm adding, they are not exactly equally spaced or distanced, because we don't need them to be. We just need them to be almost kind of equally spaced. That's it. Okay, so what I am doing right now, I cannot explain it to you right at this very specific moment. Just keep doing what I'm doing and you'll understand. I guess yes. Oops. I want this loop cut to be exactly at the center. Okay. That one too. And this one too. And yes, I want one above it. Almost there. So why did I add so many loop cuts? Well, wait, let me fix this one. Yes, now I will add one along this side. It will obviously first generate at the center, but I would drag it up to, yes, there. Well, now let's see what we can do. What I did here is actually I tried to make the groove. You ask how? I'll tell you how. See, imagine a group of three in this. Oops, let me be smart here. Oopsie. Sometimes you'll try to press shift, but instead you'll end up pressing caps lock. That happens, no worries. So imagine this group of three, and then this group of three, and then this group of three, and then this group of three. How amazing is that? Now imagine I tapering everyone like that. Cool, isn't it? Huh? Yes, it is. Now we will get out of the, what is this mode called? Yes, wireframe mode, by hitting Z and selecting solid. So this is how the basic handle should look like and will look like. Deal with it if you don't like it. I love it. Okay, maybe we can do a little bit of stylizing by extruding that up there, and maybe pulling them back a little. So yeah, that creates a bit of a stylized handle. I don't know if it is palm friendly or not. Obviously it's not, but anyways, who cares? So let's just hit tab again, and this is how it looks. Obviously we are not done editing. I just hit a tab so that I can see how it looks without those ugly vertices on them. So let's hit tab again and bring those ugly vertices back, and this time we will beautify this piece of beauty, whatever. What I did was held down Alt and clicked on these sides. What it did was it selected the entire length of the line. It will be easier to understand if we select the edge mode. What is happening? Yes, edge mode, and we will try to deselect those edges which we don't want to see kind of rounded up. You know what is bevel, I hope. If you don't, then you might have seen people working with wood is sometimes tries to sand the wood down with a sandpaper. So they do that because they are trying to make that corner round, really smooth and round and good looking. That is what I call a good bevel. I mean, that is exactly the concept of bevel. That is what bevel means. Rounding off of corners. Do not select those edges which you don't want to get rounded up. Otherwise you will mess your mesh up. Okay, there is a difference. You will mess your mesh up. So for beveling, I am done selecting. Okay, wait, I'm not done selecting. Let's select these beautiful edges. Okay, now I am done selecting, and let's bevel them by selecting Control and B. Hold Control and B. Now just move your mouse. You don't have to click anything, just move your mouse. As you can see, there are few things that are happening that I don't like. One is okay, I'll show you. You guys already might have you guys are doing it, and you guys might have seen what is wrong. So let's do undo these edges over here, and undo those edges, bottom edges. We don't need to bevel them right now. First, let's focus on these ones. Now you'll see a beautiful result. So Control B. Yes. Now just scroll your mouse up. See how cool it looks? Okay. In order to just make it a little more, presentable, let's add a loop cut along this line. What do you say? Yes. And yes. So let's select. Okay, let me show you how I can select. Okay, we can do this with Alt. Okay, I just pressed Alt and that happened. This is the easiest way. Another way that I'll show over here is Shift on one side. Okay, and now Control and Shift. Hold down Control and Shift, and by holding down Control and Shift, click on this one. See, this is how you do it like a boss. Okay, enough bullshit. Part 2. Now we will scale this up, like both of those edges, like edge lineups or HQs, whatever you say, along the x-axis. Let's do that with a shortcut SX. S means scale, X means in X direction. You would scale it up in X direction and it will look something like this, which looks a lot nice. Oopsie. Let's select this edge again, and I want this edge to protrude out a little more. Yes, now that looks tasty. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Anyways, there goes that. I think I might want to add one over here, and yup, just over here, so that I can do this, not in the back, just here. It will create a really nice effect kind of. So there goes our handle. Look how easy it was. Our handle is complete. What I'll add here, let's complete it like once and for all. Shade smooth. Just right click on the mesh and shade smooth. Now it will look like you have shitted on it, but we can fix it. Obviously we can. Everything in here is fixable. You see this green triangle in there? Go to normals and then auto smooth. See, what did I tell you about the magic? See the magic happening? Cool. Another magic, let me show you. Oh, oops. Select the mesh. Go to this wrench icon. Okay. Add modifiers. You will know you have selected the right icons when you'll see this line, add modifiers. This option. And then select subdivision surface. Now it will definitely look like you have shitted on it. But again, everything is fixable. Okay, it didn't fix it. So what do we need to do? We need to go to edit mode back again, and we can see these lines. Can you see these outlines? This is how the mesh was supposed to be, before adding the subdivision surface modifier. But we also want it to kinda look like this. Look at this. We want these grooves to come out a little more, right? So the edges or the loops that we want to bring out a little more, we will select them like this. We will select them. If you guys are having trouble, like in this here, we have also edge, but we cannot see it. Just click on this and you'll be able to see everything. Or maybe you cannot understand now which vertices was here. If you click on this monitor, real time, it says real time. It will stop rendering the subdivision modifier in real time, and you'll be able to select that edge. So let's turn that on. Let's turn this off, and for the sake of putting them up again, hit N. Keep your mouse cursor on this viewport and hit N. You see mean crease written here. hit 1. Now you'll see there is round, a little round, but we want a little bit of sharpness, like pointedness, so we won't hit 1 here. Let's hit, if 0 is the least value and 1 is the highest value, which is the case in everything in Blender, then let's try doing 0.6. Let's see how it looks. Not bad, not bad. I mean, I am pretty satisfied with this one. If you guys are not, then you guys can increase the value or decrease the value according to your preferences. What I will do in this area is select these bad boys. Yes. Is that? Yes. And then hit 0. Let me try first 3. Let me see. Not bad, but let's try 0.4. Yes, that is okay. That is almost okay. Now this part, it still looks like it is blending in. We don't want that, but we want a little bit of roundness. We also don't want this kind of 90 degree, you see, look, it is almost 90 degree kind of thing. We don't want that, so let's select those edges, and this entire edge got selected, and turn the real time on right now. See, you cannot see those edges, but those are selected. So now keep this, let's increase them slowly. Let's 0.4 first. Looks a lot nicer. Let's 0.5 then. Looks even nicer. What do you say? Well, this edge is at its limit. I don't want to change this edge. And let me see what is going on the rear part. Yes, these two sides I don't want to change anymore. I'll deselect everything by clicking outside, and then turn off real time again, and then this time I'll select the top one and the bottom one, and yep, oops, not this one, and yes, maybe these two sides, and these two edges also. So let's turn the real time on, and let's increase only those up to 0.6. How will you look? Okay, maybe 0.7 will do the trick. Not bad. Let's keep it there. Okay, all right. We have our thing ready. Okay, so we have our handle complete. Let's make the blade. For the blade we need a, what should I say, plane. Yes. Let me bring this up back a little, because I want can you guys see this red circle, red and white kind of striped circle? That is called the cursor. By hitting Shift A, anything you bring to this world, any object, any mesh, any geometry, it will spawn at the center of that circle. So if I bring in plane, see, what did I tell you? See, I told you I don't lie. Hit 7. Now scale it up in x-axis, because I want the blade to be pretty thick, and a little bit to the side. Yes, kind of like this. This blade should align to this, rear, it's kind of like a backbone. The backbone should be like pretty straight and aligned, and in front, the chest, the abs, the thing below that, everything should might have some ridges and grooves, but the backbone should be straight. Well, so let me go to 3. Okay, in my case side view is 3. It might be 1 in your case. You'll have to experiment that on your own. I cannot help you. Anyways, let's take it up there because it is not in the center, because we need to make the blade at least that much thick. Cursor, one box, and then maybe 1.4th of the second box, and in the next like below that also we will duplicate, and we will do that. But for that, first we'll have to model the blades upper, the entire blade, that it should look like, how it should look like. Oopsie. Let me show you what I'm talking about, what rubbish I'm spitting out. Let me show you. How do you feel about that length? Is it okay? I think it's not that deadly. I mean, how far will it go inside your stomach? I know. Just kidding, come on. Let's see. Okay, we are there. This length is quite good. What do you say? Yes. So let's start modeling. With this plane selected, as you can see, the handle is not selected. This plane is selected. We will hit tab in order to enter the edit mode. In the edit mode, the magic trick that I showed to you, the magic trick about loop cuts. So what I'll do is, because I decided to make the backbone very straight, so I'll have to have the blade kind of curving down from right there, like sort of like that. I'll try to make a curve from right there, and let's see what happens. For that, I'll need a magical loop cut. Yes, and let's go to vertex selection from up there, and okay, wait a minute, let me have one loop cut here first. Why did I do this? I'll explain to you later. You'll see, then you'll thank me later. Bring it down, kind of make it roughly like a quarter of a circle. I know you cannot, like, roughly as much as you can. That is not bad for a survival knife. What do you say? Okay, you guys might be wondering, this like unevenness, it will go off. What did I just show you there with auto smooth and subdivision surface and blah blah blah? It will all go away. All the unevenness will go away. But still, yes, perfection. Now let me show you why did I create this. Now if I want to make a loop cut down here, it will come out straight, right? What if I want to make a loop cut up there, like up this line? See, it is not straight, because the loop cut will form with reference to this edge. Here the loop cut will form with reference to this edge. Hence I created this in the first place. See, now I wanna make some ridges again, just like that. I want to make some ridges on here, like few, maybe 4, like max to max. So one loop cut here, and the duration will be between this, maybe yes, between this there will be few ridges. So just let's do that. Okay, we have here one, and there goes one. And yep, Control R. Remember, the magic of loop cut comes through Control R. Okay, now again we'll have to add another edge right here. We'll have to add an edge over there. That's it. In the back side we will not add any rubbish edges or something, because this entire side we need it to be sharp. This entire side. not the backside. So again, let's summon the demon of loop cut with Control R, and yes, that seems to be a decent enough size. What should I say? Edge, and let's bring a loop cut that will kind of, yes, I will have to move this edge a little, manipulate it so that this seems like it's an uniform edge. That is it. This is perfect. Oopsie. Let me see if I just, no, they were all on the same axis. Sometimes the disadvantage, let me tell you, I was in the top view only, like this. I don't think I was in the top view, but anyways, while being in the top view, you can change anything like this. If I am in the top view and if I change it like this, it will only move in that direction. But if suppose I am not in top view, I am like this, and obviously if you change it like this, it will go in that direction only. But if you just hold G and move it, it might go up a little and it will deform. It will not be on the same plane. While when you are in top view, when you hold G and you do anything, it will be on the same plane. So yep, that is a plus point. Let me tell you that if you guys were in trouble because of that, then you are not anymore. But no more rubbish. Let me make those ridges. I don't want those ridges to be that big. Let's make some more pathetic loop cuts. Now things have started to get pretty confusing. Well, that's life. The more you grow, the more confusing it starts to get. Anyways, I guess oopsie. Let me go back up. 1, 2. Just select the edges, like the alternate edges. Select one, leave one. Select one, leave one. Select one, leave one. Select one, leave one. Select one. Yep. We have a lot of them. Cool. My god. This is a very aggressive knife. I don't know if any country allows knife like this. Maybe they do, in some countries. I don't want to know. Anyways, let's drop it down a little there and bring it down a little there. Yep. Yes, almost. Okay, so what is happening over here? Let me go to the knife. Can you see, guys, one thing? There is a edge here and he is doing nothing. See, this edge is connected to that, this edge is connected to that, but this edge, he's orphan. He's a freaking orphan. Let's not do that. We are good people. This is a knife tool, okay? Hover your mouse, it will say knife. Select on that vertex, select on this orphan vertex, and still it doesn't leave your side. So hit E. When you hit E for elephant, then it leaves your side, but it's still not complete. Now hit spacebar. It's done. Change the knife mode, otherwise it will give you nightmares. Trust me. Oh yes, one more important, very very beautiful thing that I want to do is add a loop cut here. And for a moment, can you see, like, plane is the blade and cube was this. Let's hide the cube for a moment and let's select these. Oopsie, not these one. Okay. Yup, and just scale them to x-axis. So you see they are kind of like going inwards. Why did I do that? Because when we get the visibility back on some knives, you guys see when like there is a thing like that, a kind of tapered thing happens at the very like junction of the blade with the handle. it shows that the blade is, kind of shoved inside the handle very pretty tightly, and the blade is thick up here, but it is very narrow inside the handle. So it's kind of, a little realistic touch, whatever. Now let me tell you something. Change this vertex mode back to face selection mode and hit A. Hit the A letter in your keyboard. It selects everything, right? Pretty good. Now hit Shift DD. Sorry, I said DD, I guess. Hit Shift D. Now one thing, look, if you move around like this, you'll see that you have duplicated the entire blade. But hit Z so that it only moves in Z axis. Now we screwed one thing up. Let's get back. Hit A. Let's select everything. Now go to side view. Yes, good boy. Remember the measurement I was telling? Like 1 cube and maybe like 1/4 kinda. Let's do that. Shift D and Z. Bring it down. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Almost there. Nice. Very, very nice. Okay. So now select these edges that I am showing. Select this one. Remember I showed you the trick of selecting one and then control shift, like pressing and holding down control shift. Select the last one. See, the entire row gets selected. This one. Hide the handle for a moment. And that one. As well as this one, and that. Oopsie. Okay, we need to select all of it. I mean, all the edges, basically. Why am I selecting the outer edges as well as this inner edge? I'll tell you. Sabar rakho, I'll tell you. That inner edge also, but not these edges. None of these edges, no. Let me select this one. And we are good to go. Now go to the side view. Oops, this one is top for me. This is side. So select S, like hit S and hit Z, and take a little taper, okay, like little bit of, then just click it. Now just select the outer loops, this time not the inner ones. And with this again, go to side view and bring them real close. SZ. Oopsie, I have to go to the center. Yes, SZ, and bring them real close. Now you can see that the blade is almost taking a shape. Cool, right? But not cool, because as you can see, this particular edge I forgot to move. Unfortunate. Let's fix that. GZ. Fortunately, it is fixed. And yes, obviously, like, just by seeing, I know it is not perfect. If we would have not missed it in the first place, it would have been perfect. But anyways, that is a very small change or detail or whatever you want to say. It won't matter. Now it's time to, join all of this together. Select them, select all that, and whoopsie, yes, you need to select the bottom, bottom edges also. Now there is a beautiful option in this world. Go to this edge option. You see this bridge edge loops? Just click on it without thinking about a single thing. Just click on it. Now you have this beautiful, filled up. It looks like a complete mesh. It looks like you made it from a cube only, which would have been a disaster. Anyways, now add a loop cut in along this bridged face or edge or whatever you wanna say. Okay, we are done. Let's select that new edge loop, but only to the front part where we want the knife to have sharpness. That's it. You know how I did it? That control shift method. I selected that one and control shift and selected the last one. The entire length got selected. So here is something that is a little risky. Hit 7 and go to the top view. Hit this gizmo this time. We won't scale them up with shortcuts, because in shortcuts this rectangle, scaling it up with this rectangle is better than using a shortcut. As you can see, it is getting a little effed up. So let's fix that quickly. How about that? Did it get fixed? Of course it did. And we now have a very sharp edge, but yes, obviously we need a little bit of fixing here and there. Select the edge. It doesn't need to be like that. That is good. This edge needs to go up. Yes, kinda like that. Whoops. Let me undo. Yes. Now hit 7. Go to wireframe. Because if you go to wireframe, then the vertex below this on the other side will also get selected when I select this. So both of them will change together. This is one of the greatest advantages of wireframe mode. Now go back to solid mode. Let's render our handle and let's see if we are poking too much out. I think we are. Let us bring that a little inside. I think that is a lot nice. Okay, and guess what? We have our handle. Let's do one thing. Let me show you a thing called insert. Do you know something like that? I'll show you. Again, control shift. I selected this corner, I control shifted and selected that corner. The entire thing within got selected. This corner, control shift that corner, boom. Now I will insert. Hit I, because the insert word starts with I. No, nothing like that. I mean, it's not like everything in Blender works like that. No, it doesn't. Insert, and as you can see, a new, I just got a border all around. As you can see, like there is a new border now. Why did I make it? Let's control Z, because I just removed the selection by clicking outside, and I didn't want to do that. I want the selection to be there. Oh wait, I don't. I want the selection to be there for one side, not for both sides. Now hit S, hit Z. It means this face, this entire surface of that blade will get scaled along the Z axis, but we will now hit 0. So what it does, it flattens the entire thing out. Cool. Now a little bit of tweaking is absolutely necessary here and there. Just a teensy bit. And yup, like that. Let's do the same thing for the bottom one. Oh yes, select the face selection. Inserting has already been done. S, Z, 0. That's it. Sometimes this SZ0, ends up ditching you when you need it the most. I don't know why it does that, but sometimes it does that. But anyways, let's not dwell in the painful past. Let's move on. How about that? Is that cool? I hope it is. No, it is not, because these edges again needs to come down a little. Yes, that is almost perfect. What about this edge? It was perfect from the very beginning. Yes, so now we have a very nice, flat and smooth and beautiful knife blade. Let's see how it looks and hit tab. Ooh, nice. We have a really sharp edge there, and it looks like, those blades are like kind of curved up and all that. So yeah, it's a cool thing. So there you go, you have your knife. In the next episode, I guess I made this as an episode, and I guess wait. Why is this edge being so dramatically weird? Please don't be. Okay, come out a little. Yes. Maybe hide it, and maybe it was my fault that I didn't love it too much. That's why it is dramatically weird. And let's see how this looks now. It is fairly beautiful. We cannot see the ridge in the front, right? Let's do that. We want the ridges, those ridges, to be on both sides. Okay, I have a master weapon called, what do I say this? Yes, wireframe mode. I have this master weapon, and let's turn this master weapon off, and let's see, we have the ridges in both the sides now. How cool does that look? This is nice. So we have the knife, and in the next episode we will show, I will show, and you guys will see how to texture it. How to color it, not just painting it with block colors. No, it's just adding a nice cool wooden texture and a little leather touch and a nice metallic finish over it with a lot of scratches and all. Very nice looking. A worn out, a withered knife. People will understand, oh yeah, this knife has seen a lot of history, geography, history, right? Whatever. So yeah, that's all for today's tutorial is over. We made a knife, and the next day we will see how to paint it. So I hope you guys liked it. If I could help you guys in any way, then I am really glad. And please leave a like in this video, and please subscribe to this channel so that I keep making this type of videos and all sorts of other type of videos that this channel features. Or you don't know what this channel features, oh, quickly go to the channel, like click on the channel and check out the other videos. You might find something that you feel that let me click on this video and just see what it is. So it's never too late to try. So yeah, that's all. Bye bye, see you next week.